Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Empire, where I review Microsoft Flight Simulator add-ons that help you to decide what's worth picking up or not. So basically in these series I will be giving you honest opinions, options and takes on these products that we'll be reviewing across however long it may be, from airports, aircrafts and other MSFS add-ons, covering both the good and the bad. Keep in mind that when reviewing these products, obviously these products that I'm showcasing to you guys obviously coming out my own wallet. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies or any of these things. It's just I decided to go ahead and give myself a new project to you guys to see, in my honest opinion, what I really think about these products. So today we are diving into Dubai International Airport, also known as Oscar Mike Delta Bravo, by iniBuilds for 2024 as well as MSFS 2020. This is one of the most busiest and most well-known airports obviously in the world. But, well, so let's see if iniBuilds has done it justice. We'll be talking about visuals, performance, features, pricing, and whether this add-on is worth your money. Before we get into the details, I just want to mention also when I do these reviews, based on my personal experience running on MSFS on my system, which contains an i7-10700K, 4.9 GHz on a 8-core 16-thread CPU system on an RTX 3090 with 64 GB of memory. Also keep in mind that I don't do overclocking. My GPU is standard out of the factory. So performance feedback will reflect how it runs on a setup like this. If you're running something lower, expect different results, but try and highlight. So where do we begin? Well, there's a lot to go through, but obviously I only can do so much based on how long this video can go, and that being 10 minutes long, I try and cut it as much as I possibly can while defining the details in my experience and what I think about this airport. So with that being said, visually, this airport is stunning. iniBuilds has nailed the ground textures, markings, and the details across the terminals. The new Terminal A interior looks great, and the Emirates engineering hangar even has animated doors, which is a very nice touch. But come on guys, let's be real. Most of us won't be spending much time exploring interiors anyway. I mean, once you explore the airport once, and while it's impressive, it's not a make or break future. At the end of the day, especially me, I'll be focusing on the aircraft, trying to get airborne to get my flight up and away into the skies. However, what really stands out to me is how much detail iniBuilds has packed into this airport. From the reflections on the glass terminals to the thing inside. It really adds to the realism. Also, one standout feature here is the ground textures. iniBuilds has used high resolution textures for the taxiways and runways. You can see the wear and the tear, including the rubber skid marks, faded paint, and the dirt accumulating over the period of time. These small details really bring the airport to life. The apron areas are also packed with ground equipment from static aircraft and detailed service vehicles, which adds to the immersion. So if you're someone who likes to do a full pre-flight setup at the gates, the amount of details here really makes a difference. The markings are accurate, the jetway looks amazing and great, depending if you have GSX or not, and there's even a custom clutter around the terminals that makes it feel more busy and alive. Obviously, one thing I really like is additional of 11 new landmark buildings in Dubai. It makes the approach and departure feel more impressive, especially at night when the dramatic lighting kicks in. The Bonju, if I pronounce it correctly, the Bonju Cave, or the Bonju Cave, for example, looks fantastic on final approach on runway 30 left. It makes flying into Dubai feel that it's more realistic. The Dubai frame, the Jamuna Beach Hotel and the Dubai Mall area also correctly represented in this product of Dubai. So obviously when flying into Dubai, also known as Oscar Mike Delta Bravo, during sunrise or sunset, it's one of the best experiences in MSFS. And iniBuilds has done a great job making the skyline feel autistic. Obviously guys, before we continue with this reviewing of this product, and obviously you're watching this video, you can see I'm using the drone cam to move around the camera like a little buddy doodle. However, if you joined this so far, do me a favor guys and hit that like button, and if you want more honest MSFS reviews, consider subscribing. It really helps the channel to grow and appreciated all the support. So with that being said, righty back to the review. Now the main thing that you guys are wondering is the performance. Now let's talk about performance. iniBuilds has optimized their models with reworked LODs, which helps, but Dubai is already a demanding area on my system. I get decent frames, but there are dips when taxiing near the terminals or on final approach. So if you're running something lower than a 3090, you might experience more noticeable stutters, especially if you're flying in a complex aircraft like the PMDG 737 or the Phoenix A320. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind. Also on that note is what settings you're running as well. Like I said, we're all running on different systems, so it can be reflected in those terms. So don't go hyped in the comment selection because, well, I'm just stating my facts here. To test performance thoroughly, I flew multiple aircrafts, also included the PMDG 737, the Phoenix A320, and the iniBuilds A300. Performance was mostly stable, but I did see dips near Terminal A and Concourse B, especially when AI traffic was active. If you're using high density AI traffic, you likely see frame drops, so prepare to adjust the settings if needed. Anyway, one thing that iniBuilds has done really well here is the taxiway layout accuracy. The signage, markings, and lighting are all spot on, matching the real-world layout of Dubai. I compared this to real-world charts, and everything seemed to be in the right place. The runway textures are also impressive, with detailed rubbering marks, correct numbering, and the weathering that makes them look lived in. And another highlight is the landslide details, like custom cars, parking lots, vegetarian, and signs are well hand placed, which really adds to the realism. Those small details make a difference, especially when taxiing in or out of the airport. The roadways leading to the terminals are full of traffic, making it like a bustling international hub. Alright, so what's not so great? Well, for one, while performance is better than some past iniBuilds releases, I still think they could optimize it further. A busy airport like Dubai needs to balance details with smooth FPS. And I feel like there's still room for improvements there. Also, while the interiors and extra buildings are cool, I love to see more interactive elements. Maybe moving ground vehicles or an improved AI flow. It's a solid add-on, but there's always room to push it further. Another thing I notice is that while the ground clutter like baggage in carts and service vehicles are included, they feel a bit static. More dramatic elements would add to the impression or the immersion. One thing I really appreciated in this add-on product is the night lighting. The taxiways are well lit, and the terminal windows glow naturally, without looking into artificial. Some airport add-ons can have overexposed night lighting, but iniBuilds has done a good job balancing it there. Or here. It looks especially good during early morning departures or late night arrivals. So obviously the main thing that comes to when reviewing these products is obviously the price factor. As for pricing, if you own the MSFS 2020 version, you can upgrade for $5.99, which is a fair deal. If you buying it for the first time, it will set you back roughly around $21.99 giving pounds, obviously depending on their exchange rate, so it's obviously $21.99. Given the level details, I think it's worth it if Dubai is a place where you fly too often. But so, my final thoughts. iniBuilds have delivered an impressive version of Dubai. The visuals are top notch. The new landmarks are adds a lot, and it's a solid upgrade from the default. It's worth considering. That's it for this review. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you picking this one up? And if you haven't already own it, hit the like button and subscribe for more MSFS add-on reviews. Once again guys, this is Empire and would like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Laters baby.